All right. So, when we talk and listen to a lot of these events, right, during the week, they talk, or not during the week, but throughout the year, they talk a lot about like mindset and getting in the right mindset and focusing on things that you want to bring into your life and things that you want to see. And I'm going to tell you guys a story real quick that I told some of the girls that were with me in Florida. So if you've already heard it, bear with me, I apologize. But this is basically a story that led over from More back in August, which I was not in person at, but I know a couple of you were. And it bled over into the Keto Evolution Champ Chat. And I wanted to tell you just about like how mindset can make a difference in your life. Okay. And this is a silly story, but follow along with me. It will make sense. So I'm not really sure even exactly what happened at the More event, but somehow there was a relation to when you see things, or when you see things in your mind's eye that you want and that you want to recognize and that you want to bring forth into your life. If you visualize it and manifest on it, you can bring those things right into your life, right? And that weird thing happened to be a pink flamingo. Okay. So again, I wasn't there for the portion of the event that discussed this. However, I did hear about it in the Champ Chat afterwards. And I will say I was hugely skeptical because I was like, it's a pink flamingo. Number one, why do I care if I see a pink flamingo? And number two, I'm in Arizona right now. Like, where in the heck am I going to see a pink flamingo, right? But I was determined to give this a shot and see if it would actually work. So I focused on it. I thought about it. I visualized it. I was like, I'm going to see a pink flamingo, right? I don't know where. I don't know how. I don't know why, but I'm going to see a stupid pink flamingo. And so I spent time every time I would think about that pink flamingo, I was like, where is it going to be? What's going to happen? Like, how am I going to see it? Whatever. I sat down to watch a TV show. I don't know if any of you have watched Jane the Virgin, right? Like, and I don't usually watch TV. Natalie, my daughter, convinced me to watch Jane the Virgin. So I'm sitting there watching it, and on the screen, dead center between the two, the people that were talking, the two actors, on the wall is a big ass pink flamingo, right? And I look at it and I'm like, what in the world? Now, that show was filmed years ago, right? They certainly didn't put a pink flamingo in there for me to find. However, there it was nonetheless. What's the point, right? You're like, okay, so what? You saw a pink flamingo, whatever. What's the point? The point is, had I been watching that show a week earlier, that pink flamingo still would have been right there on the screen, right? They filmed it however long ago. It was there for all the world to see, but I never would have recognized it. I never would have paid any attention to the fact that that was there. So did I make it happen? No, I didn't make it happen. I didn't manifest it into being on the screen in that show. But what I did do was I recognized it and noticed it because I was looking for it. So that bleeds over into the second portion of my story. So everybody says, if you think about it, you will bring it about. What I think about, I bring about, right? What I think about, I bring about. So that bleeds into this second part of my story. I was like, all right, $20. Somebody said, I want to find $20, and they found $20, whatever. So I was like, I'm going to find $20 somehow, some way, somewhere. I'm going to find $20. I figured I would keep it like minimal just in the beginning. It's not a trial pack that I'm selling. It's just $20. So that's what I focused on. I focused on the fact that I was going to find $20. A couple nights later, I'm on the phone with Natalie, who is also in Arizona. So it's super, super late my time. It was 1:30 in the morning because she was just getting ready for bed out there, and it's 2 hours earlier. It might have even been 3 hours earlier at that time because they don't do daylight savings time. But anyway, so I hang up the phone with her, and I'm about to put my phone down, and it rings again. Now, this is 1:30 in the morning. I look at it, and I'm like, well, that's weird. It's a 412 area code, which is my area code. And I'm like, I better answer it and see what's going on. So I pick it up and I answer the phone, and it's some stupid recording about from the electric company that they're going to be doing work and the power is going to go out and whatever. This is 1:30 in the morning. So I'm like, that's bizarre. Like, who the heck is calling me at 1:30 in the morning to tell me about the electric on Wednesday, like 3 days from now? So I hang up the phone. I'm annoyed, but I don't really give it that much thought and I let it go. The very next day, I get a phone call from my electric company and they're super apologetic and they're like, I'm so sorry. It was supposed to go out at 1:30 p.m. It went out at 1:30 a.m. You were one of only 7 people that even got the call and the only person in all of Pittsburgh that actually answered it. And I was like, well, yeah, like I was on the phone with my daughter who's in college and whatever, gave them the whole spiel. And they're like, we're so sorry for your inconvenience. We want to offer you a $20 credit on your next electric bill. What? Are you kidding me? Where in the world did that come from? Right? How bizarre is this? Is a true story. I swear to God, I was dumbfounded. I was like, what in the world just happened? And $20, not 25, not $20. And I was like, okay, this is creepy and weird, right? So the whole point to this is you truly can manifest things. Now, had I not been thinking about $20, they probably still would have called me accidentally and they probably still would have offered me the $20, but I wouldn't have recognized it, right? Like it wouldn't have meant anything to me. I wouldn't have been looking for it and realizing it and accepting it in that way. So the whole point is this manifestation, right? If you haven't watched Ashley Salvatore's Mind movie, she just updated it again. It is on the crew page. I will send out a link later for it as well. And we were talking about this in the champ chat the other day. And there's something about everybody focusing in on the same thing. So back to those flamingos, the keto evolution chat, the champ chat, ever since more, pink flamingos pop up all the time. You can ask Samantha. She sees them just like I do every day. Somebody sees a pink flamingo in the most random places and everybody shares it in the group just as a reminder, right? So that mind movie, when everybody's focusing on one thing, there's a power in that. And that mind movie, it gets everybody on the same wavelength. So in that jam chat the other day, they were talking about, oh, maybe we want to make our own mind movie for like things that we want and a vision board and whatever, things that we want to focus on. And that's all fine and good. You can absolutely do that. And that's actually going to be our next step in what we're going to do. However, the point is to watch the movie and be on the same wavelength with everybody across the team and be focusing on those same things so that you don't only see it come into your life, but you're watching it come into other people's lives as well. So what I want you to do is I want you to come up with something. And we talked, a couple weeks ago about the top 20 like crazy dreams, right? So what I want you to do today is come up with one realistic goal, vision, thing that you want to see come into your life in the next 48 hours. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's $20. It doesn't matter if it's pink flamingo. It doesn't matter what it is. I want you to focus on it and I want you to believe truly that that is going to happen. So what I want you to do right now for the next 2 minutes is go and jot something down and take some time to actually think about it and visualize it and come back. And I'm going to ask somebody to share with me what they decided to visualize. So, all right, 2 minutes, 8:43 Eastern. Have fun. Okay, everybody, that was a quick 2 minutes. But who wants to share what they came up with, their one item that they want to manifest into their lives in the next 48 hours? Somebody wants to share. I know you do.
I'll share.
Go. Oh, go ahead,
Okay,
Lynn.
perfect. Both of you can go. Go ahead.
I usually get a lot of new volume in my first week of December. So I have told myself I need new customers because this is the first month. I was like, holy shit, it's December 5th. And today, one lady ordered something that was already a customer, but she's still new. But I'm like, oh my God, I'm not focusing and I need new customers. So I've told myself new customer. But now I'm going to be busy for like the next 3 weeks. And I was like, oh shit, I'm not going to get it this month, but we'll see. Like, I
Stay
just
positive.
keep telling
Stay
myself,
positive.
new customer, new customer, new customer.
Just remember, you have up until December 31st at 1 a.m. Well, I guess it would be just January 1st, 1 a.m. Eastern time, to get that new volume, right? I will tell you, I can't tell you how many different months somebody has reached out to me and said, I'm not going to hit X this month. I'm not going to get new volume this month. If you think about it, if you focus on it, if you work towards it, it can absolutely happen sometimes in the last hour of the last day of the month, but it still can happen. So that's perfect. If you're on TikTok, there is a sound. I don't know what it's called, but you can actually like type it into the search engine, and it's a very soothing sound. And the girl says like, I don't chase, I attract. What belongs to me will simply find me, right? And this is a manifestation tactic, and I'm going to talk about that more in a minute. But if you're on TikTok, try to type that into the search and see if you can find it. It's amazing. Okay, Sam, what was yours?
So mine is a blue jay because Brent put up a bird feeder out here, and he's like, I know I'm officially old because I really like it when the birds come. And there's this blue jay that I've seen a few times, and it is so beautiful, and I want it to come back. So I'm going to picture it in the tree, and it's going to come back over these next 2 days. Plus, when I had my reading recently, she said that my sign in the world was a singing bird. So I've been thinking about that a little bit, and I know that's a weird one, but that's what I picked.
No, that's awesome. I absolutely love it. I can't tell you, like the pink flamingo thing is weird, right? And I wasn't even there to be a part of it. I still look for it all the time, right? And I can't even tell you all the places I find them. I like bizarre places. We were driving to the beach, and there's this huge bridge tunnel that goes over the Chesapeake Bay, right? And I'm coming down off of the bridge, and there's like a little row of houses, and right in the front yard of this row of houses is a pink flamingo. I've probably passed it a million times and never noticed it. So those are the kinds of things, like, when you think about it, you manifest it, you bring it about, it's probably already in your life, but it helps you recognize that it's there, right? And that it's within your grasp. So again, that sound on TikTok, right? I don't chase, I attract. What belongs to me will simply find me. Use that as a manifestation over the next couple days. Think about it. Think about those things that you want. Think about that saying. You can write it down if you want. Or again, you can find it on TikTok. And I can't tell you how many times I have used that over the past couple weeks. And this relates back to what Lynn was saying with new volume. I just kept saying it to myself. I kept saying it to myself. I did not hit multiplier, but I kept telling myself that I was going to get those new customers. I was going to hit that number 4. I was going to make sure I had the customers. And not only did I get 3 of them in one day on the day that I started doing that, but I ended up with 6 for the month. Still didn't hit the multiplier that month, but I got those new customers, which means there's still new volume this month, which means like we're one step closer. And I'm just going to keep doing that and keep seeking those customers without chasing them, but with knowing that I can do things that will attract people to me. So, okay.
Can I pipe in real quick?
Absolutely.
I was at the Moore thing, but I'm in Florida. So like when they said flamingo, I was like, I see pink flamingos every day in every psycho person who says I live in Florida and this is my yard. So yeah, for that, I was like, this is dumb, whatever. But then I understand it completely what you're saying, because my my name's Lynn, my husband's Jeff, and we're Murphy.
Yeah.
And I see JLM on license plates. And I
Yeah.
asked my husband, I was like, do you see license plates that say JLM? Like maybe that's just a Florida thing, like generic. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, almost every single day I see JLM with some numbers of
Yep.
a Florida license plate.
Yep.
And then the other day I was like, I haven't seen any in a while. In my head, I thought, where's all the license plates? And then, boom, I saw like 3 in a row. And I'm like, what's happening? But yes, I definitely believe all the mind power.
Absolutely. And again, it's not that you're magically making it happen, right? Like it's all out there. It's just that you are looking for it and you're expecting it and you know where to find it because you're looking for it and expecting it. So, like, Samantha isn't going to make a blue jay fly through her yard, right? However, guaranteed when that blue jay flies through her yard, she's there waiting for it and expecting it and looking for it. And she'll recognize it because it'll catch out of the corner of her eye, or she'll be looking out at that bird feeder or whatever it may be. And we'll be waiting to recognize it. So, that was the first thing. The second thing is they always recommend doing some sort of I don't want to say self-help. What's the word that I'm looking for here? Like, oh my God, it's
Development.
development. That's it. Self-development. So on that note, with the whole mindset issue, right? Like I read The Magic of Thinking Big, and I truly do believe somebody sent it to me. I think maybe when I hit COC, I don't remember exactly. But somebody sent me the book and I was like, I don't know, like I'm not a huge self-development reader. But I have found these books to be incredibly helpful for like learning what to focus on and what to do. So I highly recommend that. And I want you, this is like your job sort of for this week, is to find a self-development book that speaks to you, and even just listen to it on an audiobook 15 minutes a day, right? So that's your job for this week, is to find one. If you don't have one in the back of your mind that you've been wanting to read, I highly recommend The Magic of Thinking Big. And then Melissa
Can
may
I recommend one?
Yep, absolutely. You can recommend as many as you want.
Girl, Stop Apologizing by Rachel Hollis.
Yep, I've read that one. It's amazing as well. There's also A Miracle Morning for social, like for network marketers. That's a really good one. And if you don't know what the Miracle Morning is, it basically incorporates all of those things: getting up a little bit earlier, doing a little bit of exercise, saying your affirmations for the day, and then focusing on whatever your manifestation is that you're trying to do. So it's amazing. I struggled with it getting up early in the morning for a while, quite honestly, but it is really, really good. So if you have the time to do that one as well, I recommend it. Okay, so your next job, so we did the one thing that you're going to focus on for the next 48 hours. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to set a goal for the next 6 months, okay? Doesn't matter if it's a huge goal, a small goal, something that you're reaching for. I want you to set it. I want you to write it down, and come June, I know that seems like a really, really long time away, right? But when we get into the new year, everybody is going to set all these massive resolutions, and they're going to try to do all of these crazy things where they're like, I'm going to be a new me in 2022, right? None of us are ever a new us, right? It's just the same us with new goals, new aspirations, and 99% of people give up on them. So what I want you to do is I want you to set that goal for 6 months, and then I want you to commit to 90 days. And this is your job. Write down what you can do for 90 days that will get you closer to that goal. And it can be the same thing every single day. What's one thing you can do that you're not doing right now that you can commit to doing for 90 days and see if you achieve that goal 6 months from now? Because I guarantee at the end of that 90 days, your business and your life is going to look different than it does right now. And at the end of that 90 days, you're going to either have a new action that you can set forth to work on, or You're going to keep doing that same action over and over and over again. And by 6 months from now, it will be a habit and it will be ingrained in your business and your daily life. And it can be one super simple, tiny little thing. Like if you don't go live regularly, do a 2 to 5 minute live video in your Facebook group every day. It can be posting a TikTok, 30-second TikTok a day. It can be starting to do your Instagram stories and make sure you post one thing in your stories at least every day. It doesn't have to be big, but so I want you to write down a goal that you can achieve and you can do and commit to doing every single day, even Christmas Day, even New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, something tiny that you can do for the next 90 days. Okay. I'm going to give you 2 more minutes to come up with a goal and write it down, and then we'll come back and hopefully somebody will be willing to share. Okay, everybody. Did anybody have something that they wrote down that they think they could commit to doing every day for 90 days and that who's willing to share? No, nobody wants to
I will.
share. Okay.
So I did 2 actually. I did one personal / business, one business. So for the business one, I said I'm going to post either a reel or a TikTok every single day to expand my social marketing branding outside of Facebook. And then the personal / business is I'm going to wake up a half hour earlier, 3 times a week to get on my Peloton and share it with my group to motivate myself and me, because I was just saying today how I haven't been using it and I really enjoyed it when I'm in the habit of it. So, but I realistically will not do it every day. So I'm going to set the goal of 3 times a week.
Absolutely. So I decided that I like the one thing that I really wanted to do when I first read the Miracle Morning book was do reading, like some sort of professional development reading or personal development reading every single day. And I started that in the beginning and I got sidetracked from it. And I know that it's completely possible. I'm either in the car or I'm sitting in my kitchen, or if I can't physically have a book open in front of me, I can absolutely have earbuds in listening to it while I'm folding laundry or whatever I'm doing. And I have so many Audible credits, like from Amazon Audible, that I can purchase like some audiobooks. So that's mine. That's what I'm going to do. And that's going to be super simple for me, but I also know that it will be beneficial not only in my personal life, but in my business life as well. Anybody else want to share?
Sure.
Great.
Yes, I started doing this just because I like ketones and I wanted to make money off what I was buying anyway. Now I
Right.
have so many customers and I'm not organized. I suck. Like, I don't even know who my customers are.
there.
It's like,
Been there.
so I told myself, like, my daughter's like, what's your New Year's resolution? I'm like, to actually have like a list of who has, because I literally right now I go through my private messages and then I'm like, oh shit, I haven't talked to that lady in weeks. Hey, how's it going? Like, unless you buy something, I don't even know, because I probably have 125 people that buy stuff sometimes. I don't know who you are. In the beginning, I'm always like, yay, yay. And then I don't know. So my goal is to come up with some kind of a strategy or list or just a daily something. Because right now I have nothing. I have nothing. I've had nothing since March and I've winged it. And now I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know it was going to balloon to this. And I'm doing great and I love it. But I'm like, oh, and people love me. And, but if they don't message me, I'm like, if I forget about you, I'm like, oh. So anyway,
It's
my
easy to
goal
lose
for
track.
my whole 2022 is going to be I'm organized and have some kind of a online system.
So I will
any
tell you,
tips?
I struggled with that in the beginning as well. So I was not good about being organized. I'm not an organized person. I mean, if you look around my office, there's like crap everywhere. I'm not super organized. However, let me move my head here. You see these little Post-it notes on my wall right here? Anybody that's new that buys a trial pack, I write their name on the Post-it note, I write what they bought, and then I write what date so that I can go back and follow up with them. And then I move them into my other list, right? Like I've talked to them, okay, like I followed up with them, they're good. I did not do that even in the beginning at all. And I mean, that's super unorganized. It's just Post-it notes on the wall, right? But it helps me remember to go back to those people and check in with them like right after they've done trial packs. So that's just, I mean, that's a thought. I remember Melissa B used to have a giant binder that I'm not a binder person. Like that was not my speed, couldn't do that. But I tried a, spreadsheet and that works okay, but it's hard for the new people, like to keep up with the new people. So you'll find your way, whatever works for you. But I definitely would recommend writing at least your names down every day to keep them organized and make sure you go back and follow up with them and maybe the date of the last time you talked to them. Perfect. I love it. Anybody else want to share? Okay, so this is the last thing I wanted to touch on today, and this is not a mindset thing, but this is just something with Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and whatever platform you're on at any given time. We all know that those platforms use algorithms to send out the stuff that they think other people will like, or that will get the most views or whatever, and that kind of screws you up, right? I don't know how you guys have been doing on Facebook, but I know that my Facebook personally, even my live videos right now are not getting seen, right? I don't know why. I'm doing live videos every single day and they're just not getting a lot of views. So I went to Google, right? Because anytime something is not working, right, the first place to check is Google, and you get lots of information on there. And I found on YouTube tons and tons and tons of videos, some of them that are really, really great, about how to increase your reach on Facebook, how to increase your reach on TikTok, how to increase your reach on Instagram, right? How to get more followers without paying for them, right? Like you want organic followers that come and find you because they're interested in your content. So I highly recommend taking a little bit of time this week and watching one or two little Facebook videos from these creators and make sure you're using the year, right? You want it to be 2021 because those algorithms change all the time. But to find ways to increase your reach. I will tell you, I followed this guy on YouTube the other day, and it was like how to use the magic method to get more followers on TikTok. All right, whatever, I'll give it a try, right? It's free, I'll see how it works. I've done it 3 different days now, and each day I've added at least 10 people immediately as soon as I'm done with it, right? Will they stick around? Who knows? I don't know. But right now, they're following me and they're getting my content. So that's what I want you to do this week, is to take a little bit of time and do a tiny little bit of research on the platform that you're using and how you can increase your reach in that area. So that's it. That's basically the call for today. I'm going to shut off the recording, and then we're going to talk about Epic and real quick some other little exciting things.